Oh my god, you guys. We have a big problem and something I need to show you right away. This right here is the home screen of Doki Doki Literature Club, which we all know and recognize, but not anymore. Now, we ended off last episode as Sayori committed suicide, and she is now glitched out in the home screen, along with the title of the game. But this may seem odd, and it is. Don't get me wrong, this completely is, but it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. Now, let me pull this up really quick. This is my desktop right here. We're gonna load that up. Let me go over. Okay. We're gonna bring over my drive right over the game. I need to show you guys this thanks to a whole bunch of little bit of research I did not too long ago because I was way too curious. But I discovered some stuff that might be helpful in the future to this playthrough. Now, if we go over to data and we scroll down and find the Steam folder, we click on the Steam folder. We go down and we go under to the Steam apps and we're gonna go into the comment. We go down to our Doki Doki Literature Club file. Now, this is where things are going to get really interesting. We open this up, and then there is going to be a characters folder. Yes, a characters folder, sorry. But there's also a game, and if we go to the saves, there is nothing in the save slot anymore or in the file itself. And if that isn't weird enough for you, if we go over to the character files, what do you see? There is Monica, there's Natsuku, there is Yuri, and there is no Sayori. She is no longer in the game. She does not exist at all. And her character file has been deleted because of her suicide. That is completely mind-blowing. Now, I've had some other speculations and theories in the past here about Monica, and I have talked to some people who say there's going to be a time when you need to delete Monica's file. Now, don't get me wrong, I was gonna do this before I even researched what to do, but the point was I didn't necessarily know where to access the files. I thought it was something that was actually in-game, not under the Doki Doki Literature Club Steam folder, which is totally mind-blowing. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna back up. We're gonna continue. We're gonna go on with this episode of Doki Doki, but if anything ever seems weird or it feels like it is time, we are going to relate back to these files and we are going to delete Monica from the game. But without further ado, let's jump into what was our game. And just to show you, if we load game, there's no save games anymore. They're gone. They are completely gone, which is mind-blowing. But let's go back. Let's jump into it in Doki Doki. Here we go. And here we are. Back to Doki Doki. Okay, I was gonna say to what it once was, but this is completely the opposite. I don't even know what that text says, let alone if that's even an actual foreign language or if it's just the game bugging out itself. But I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Now, this sounds like it's the beginning of the game, if I'm not mistaken myself. This girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were. Are they referencing to Sayori? This might be a reference to Sayori, and it does seem that way, but let's just make sure. But you know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Wait a minute, is the game literally cycling through itself once more? Like, are we literally playing the same exact storyline again? What the heck? But if she was gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let blah 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 catch up to me. What? This is weird. This is so weird. Oh boy. Oh boy. What did we get ourselves into? Oh my god. It's an ordinary school day like any other. I don't think so. Oh my god. Mornings are usually the worst, but being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I've always told myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting on by the average while spending away my free time on games and anime. So since Sayori isn't in his life anymore, he's just... Whoa, okay. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Wait a minute, the school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really ain't any to interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with them. This is just getting so weird, but I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Nissan? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. Why is Monica bugged out though? Her file is still perfectly intact. That's weird. Okay, so Monica looks like she's bugged out as well, even though her file is still perfectly intact. I thought it was just Sayori. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We don't know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... Well, what did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Haha, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. This is just God. God. That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us. Right there. Monica, Yuri, and Natsuku. Sayori doesn't exist. It's like she literally wasn't in this world. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not that boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say... She? Oh, hey Nissan, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but we probably shouldn't join this club. Oh, to be honest, in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at least, very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Haha, awesome. You're really sweet, Nissan, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I will be looking for the materials another time. You're more important. That just kind of got under my skin right there. I don't know about you guys, but just knowing Monica's little history, oh, that's weird. That is weird. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica. And her irresistible... This game is just... It feels like it's hinting at something. God. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica is full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Hey, I guessed. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be me, Natsuko. But anyway, welcome to the club, Nissan. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? No, I'm not. Natsuko! The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuko, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyways, this is Natsuko, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuko. Yes, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Nissan in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget about that, but it just happened. I just happened to run into him. In any case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yes, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Nissan? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of a room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuko sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. And let me tell you, it's probably gonna be a fun and exciting journey to figure out what this club is up to, but I'm surprised there aren't any more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. I mean, not many people are very interested in putting all of the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuko? Well, I guess. Natsuko reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this collection, or in this classroom. Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Aha, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Hey, that's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I am glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Nissan, what kinds of books do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuko's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build up deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way that her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books and not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately, and this game is a little bit on that side, isn't it? But I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Haha, I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuku's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuku? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the club last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine. Natsuku, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? That's kind of weird that Nissan is the one in this case who wants to present the poems when in the first playthrough, I guess we can call it, he didn't want to. That's kind of weird. That doesn't seem like his character, but Natsuko averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuko feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuko feel comfortable enough to share hers. Oh, I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuko and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own, and we are back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. Writing poems once more, but I don't expect these to be any lighthearted as they once were before. But then, the next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Well, I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I didn't decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture this club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good way for us to take. Do you all agree, Nissan? Hold on, there's still one problem. What is it? Now that we have reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with neglected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought the girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I needed to tell you the truth, Nissan. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I have been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival... But the funny thing is, you guys had 4 members originally. That's why I just think this is kind of weird. You had 4. Sayori once was a part of this group itself, but I am defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I have decided then. I will join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Nissan? Yes, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left all 4 of, or If you really just left out after this, I would be super pissed. Nissan, I am so happy we can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You really are amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time. Okay? Haha, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Nissan, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Sorry, I totally misread that, but alright. Yes, I can really impress the class star Monica with my medical writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I will be on my way then. Okay, I will see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Now we are going back home, which that I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuko, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Well, I really will be happy spending every day after school in a literature club. Perhaps I have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I guess I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I am sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. And I think... Wait, what is this? You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Of course! Curiosity kills the cat, am I right? Stare at the dot to reveal a What? I love you. Need the most right now, and that's what I am going to give you. Oh shit. Sayori, oh my god, okay. This is bad. We have a decision of saying I love you, which is probably what she needs to hear, because she was just saying that she was worried that she was gonna love us, or me, you, whatever, you know what I'm saying, more than we are gonna love her. And then the other option that we have is, you will always be my dearest friend. Oh shit, I'm actually gonna save this. I'm gonna use this on my empty save slot, and then I'm gonna return. But I gotta do it. Oh my god, this is so bad though. This is so fucked, because literally we literally just expressed our feelings to Natsuko, and we wanted to hang out, and we had feelings, and we were about to kiss before Sayori came over, and now Sayori's here. This is so fucked, but I have to do it. Without further ado, no more stalling. I'm gonna say I love you. I have to do it. Wow, okay. That is fucked. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. What the fuck? Whoa, that is so fucking weird. That was so weird. They were, I mean, I'm like, okay, by the time you guys watch this video, I'm already gonna throw up a clip from the last episode, but that was when I told Sayori I love her. I said I love you to Sayori. That is so fucked. That is so fucked. And I noticed another thing too. If you look at the bottom left of this page, there is no Monica down there, which is kind of weird. What the fuck, dude? Whoa. Okay. Music. Oh. Oh. I don't like this game. I don't like this game anymore. anymore. This is not the literature club that we once joined. This is not the literature club that we once joined. They are freaking messing with my mind right now. What really killed me was that I love you message. My God. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Hi again, Nissan. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I am back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Nissan. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come around and hang out or what, but if you don't take this seriously, then you don't want to see the end of it. You're kind of over the words, woman. I can't read. Natsuko finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga? Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuko plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Nissan. Well, make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuko with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club, after all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I would be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you ever wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I will like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I will definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing to what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Mana to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuko is rummaging around in the closet. Oh, I hear Natsuko utter an expression sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You look for something in here? She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuko slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out whether the other person stands. How did you know that anyway? I heard you brought it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuko snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set that she's admiring. Parfait Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Nissan. Consider this... This is getting weird. This is getting weird. In fact, Natsuko pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuko grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuko crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. I'm sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuko once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I have read the beginning? You don't go back and flip the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series, but hey, are you paying any attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typically slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of the plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you were just watching me read, well, I'm fine with it, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean. Well, you don't. That's not, well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you rub it in? Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, "Hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet?" Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I am already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time, but it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's probably accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. She did mention in the last, what we're gonna call a playthrough here, because this seems totally new, like Sayori never existed. She mentioned something about her dad and how she's just, I don't know, does she have like an abusive father? I don't know if that's like far-fetched, but it's kind of screwed up if that's what that is. At least it's safe here in the car. Monika's been kind of a jerk about it. I can't just win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe, but at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So, geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah, I flipped the page. Time passes. Natsuko is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuko. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuko collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh, jeez. Natsuko, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuko's direction. Natsuko's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Nissan. She's fine. No, she's not. She is not. It just happens every now and then. What the fuck? What? That's why I always kept a snack in my bag for her. It's what? It sounds like you're... It's what the... Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? What the fuck? What? I'm really confused. This is kind of the shit that makes me want to go delete her file, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of what makes me want to delete her file. But I don't know what would happen if I do. And that's the thing. I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing. And I don't know if if that's a thing that you need to do. But the point is, Sayori's file is deleted. The rest of the girls are there. So my assumption is we can manipulate the environment by manipulating the files. That's my kind of assumption. But what? Why is Natsuko bugging out? And why did Monica treat her like a dog and give her food and... What? Okay. As you guys can tell, I'm going to end it here for this episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm going to try to keep these a little bit shorter chunked just to make them easier to watch, even though this is getting a little bit more interesting. And don't get me wrong, I want to figure this out so bad. It is getting under my skin. This is just way too weird. But in the meantime, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make a second save file before I do anything crazy. Just because this is going to be another decision thing here. But either way, thank you guys for tuning in. If you made it this far, make sure you go down and you smack that like button. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe. My name is SixxFox, also known as Dylan, and I upload daily at 11 o'clock if you would like to come join this awesome community that we have, and I hope to see you around. Either way, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I can't wait to dive into the next one, which should be very, very soon. This is just mind-blowing, but okay, without further ado, I will see all of you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you then.